Hello and welcome back. Now we are at the Daytona 500, the 60th running of the Great American Race, and as you see, two Toyotas will be leading us down to the green flag. Martin Truex Jr. coming off of the 2017 championship, he will lead us down with the pole, and Denny Hamlin, who qualified this car on second, also won in his duel. He is coming in here looking to sweep the two races. Kevin Harvick and Kyle Busch you see there, but Bubba Wallace and Kasey Kahne, two underdogs that are starting up front, two drivers new to their teams. Let's see how they will run in Daytona.
Drivers, start your engines!
The engines fired here at Daytona. Martin Truex Jr. and Denny Hamlin, of course, on row one. Kevin Harvick and Kyle Busch, Bubba Wallace, Kasey Kahne, Paul Menard, William Byron, AJ Allmendinger, and Jeffrey Earnhardt. Your top 10. Then after that, you have Michael McDowell and Ricky Stenhouse Jr. rolling off row number 6. RCR teammates Ryan Newman and Austin Dillon in row 7. Eric Jones and Matt Benedetto row 8. Brendan Gaughan and David Reagan row 9. Clint Boyer, Chase Elliott row 10. Chris Buescher and Jamie McMurray in row 11. Brad Keselowski and Justin Marks row 12. Danica Patrick in her final race alongside her old car of Eric Almirola in row 13. Row 14 has David Gilliland and Daniel Suarez. Row 15, Paul Menard and Trevor Bayne. Row 16, Kyle Larson and DJ Kennington. Row 17, Ty Dillon and Gray Gaulding. Row 18, Joey Logano, Kurt Busch. Row 19, Jimmy Johnson and Corey LaJoie. Row 20, Mark Thompson and Alex Bowman. So rolling here, Martin Truex Jr. on that front row in the 78. Right now, this is the opposite of how the 2016 Daytona 500 ended. Denny Hamlin, of course, winning that by 2/1000th of a second over Martin Truex on the pole for this race. It is a 60-lap event here, the first time all week that these guys have ran in the day, and the first time all 40 cars are on the track at once. The duels had 20, the Clash had 17. We've only had one major incident in all three races. There were two crashes in duel number 1. That's why Mark Thompson and Alex Bowman went to the back of the pack. Green flag is in the air. Boogity, boogity, boogity. Let's go racing, boys, at Daytona. Martin Truex Jr., he's going to clear up to the outside right away. As you see, 2 by 2 behind. Austin Dillon tries to make his way to the inside line. David Reagan does as well, but Martin Truex Jr., he's going to get out to a couple car length lead here right away. Jeffrey Earnhardt falling back on the outside in that 00 car. As you see, he's falling back to Austin Dillon. Ricky Stenhouse, Chase Elliott up the track as all 40 cars motor down the back straightaway here at Daytona. Martin Truex Jr. looking to lead lap 1. You have Kevin Harvick there as well. He's trying to get up there with Truex, get up to his back bumper. Jeffrey Earnhardt has really fallen off on that outside line, and he's going to be shuffled all the way up the track. 3 by 3 already. Brendan Gaughan close. Eric Jones has to pull his 20 down pit road. What is up with Eric Jones? As it will be Martin Truex and Kevin Harvick leading him down. Eric Jones pulls the number 20 onto pit road. Issues there with his car. No idea what that could mean for that team. That's going to pretty much take them out of the running for the 500 right away. But right now, Martin Truex out in front. Harvick second. Paul Menard third. AJ Allmendinger fourth. It's the field of 39 cars. Motors down the back straightaway, getting up to speed on lap number 2. Kevin Harvick looks to the inside. As you see, 3 wide further back. This outside line just has no help between the groups. Kevin Harvick now going to get that number 4 to the race lead. AJ Allmendinger pulls up into 3rd. He's right on Harvick's back bumper. And you see this field 2 by 2, 3 wide now for the race lead. Here comes Allmendinger. Kevin Harvick leads at that time by. Paul Menard pushing Kevin Harvick. There you see Eric Jones coming back out. He makes sure he's low enough so he doesn't merge right away. 3 by 3 up front. That he does not want to do a Kevin LePage. And you see Eric Jones pulling back up. Mark Thompson all the way up the track. Kurt Busch as well. Looks like his car a little slow off the back of the pack. Him and Mark Thompson have to get up there. DJ Kennington as well. And Eric Jones will be off the back of the pack, so that'll be a lot of time lost for him. Back up front though, Allmendinger and Michael McDowell fighting on the inside line with Kevin Harvick and Paul Menard on the outside. You see Kasey Kahne in that 95, Jeffrey Earnhardt in the 00, two guys who's got a great start being up here in the top 10. They're pushing now Michael McDowell, but Harvick leads this lap once again. 3 by 3, almost 9 or 10 rows deep there. As you see, Michael McDowell in that 34 being pushed by the Levine Family Racing 95 team that let him go for Kasey Kahne. Michael McDowell out in front here at Daytona. Up into the wall goes a big portion of that top line. You see here Michael McDowell out in front. Here comes Kasey Kahne, Jeffrey Earnhardt, Austin Dillon, all on the inside. As we said, this is the first time all 40 cars have been out on the track, and this is the first time that we are doing a 60-lap race. So this is the longest race, as we've only had the longest race before. All three races were 24 laps, the duels and the clash. This race 60 laps. It will have pit stops, and this will come down to possible fuel strategy or who can survive the big one. Right now 38 cars in this front pack. As you see, Mark Thompson pretty far back, Eric Jones off the pace. But here he goes, the final Earnhardt in the Daytona 500, Jeffrey Earnhardt, getting pushed by the iconic number 3 towards the front, side by side with Kasey Kahne. Austin Dillon dives it to the inside. Ricky Stenhouse down there as well. Brad Keselowski, Kyle Larson. These guys just running 3x3. 3x3. 8 rows deep here up in this front pack. 2x2 you see further back in single file for Kurt Busch and Mark Thompson. But now the number 3, Austin Dillon, leads at the Daytona 500 once again. Ricky Stenhouse, Brad Keselowski now trying to get up on that inside line. Trying to get up there with this number 3 car, but Austin holds the race lead. Brad Keselowski moves the number 2 into second. Kyle Larson is there as well on that inside line. Ty Dillon, Austin's brother, Kasey Kahne, bounces off the outside wall. But right now, Austin Dillon for Richard Childress Racing leads them in the iconic number 3 here, 6 laps into the Daytona 500. This number 3 team in 2018, they did win the Daytona 500. Right now, can they do it again? Jeffrey Earnhardt goes up to the outside line, leaving the middle line a little less of power than used to. Kyle Larson now right behind Austin Dillon. Joey Logano, Jimmy Johnson pushing on that inside line. And speaking of Jimmy Johnson, he was involved. I believe he was involved in one of the last lap crashes in duel number 1. No. Jimmy just did not have a good, strong duel number 2. He started back outside of the top 30, and now he's up here battling for the race lead. 7 laps into the 500. Joey Logano now, he's going to look to the inside. Your 2015 Daytona 500 champion, being pushed by the 2006 and 2013 Daytona 500 champion, Jimmy Johnson. Jamie McMurray won this race in 2010. AJ Allmendinger got real close to Jeffrey Earnhardt further back there, but you see 39 cars, 3x3 here at Daytona. The fans are on their feet. It's been 3 wide all race long. There has been moments in the duels and in the clash where they got single file up front out of this 3 wide racing. The question is, how long will it be until this 3x3 turns into the big one? This can happen very early, especially if pit stops will come into play. And as you see there, Jimmy Johnson right now out in front with McMurray, Joey Logano, Clint Boyer, and Justin Marks making his Daytona 500 debut in that 51 car. He's moving his way up into the 3rd position. Alex Bowman trying to look to the inside. Are they going to make it 4 wide? Going through the tri-oval. Justin Marks getting shuffled up. Bowman backs off. But a great job right now by Justin Marks and the 51 team. Alex Bowman, this car, a backup after a big hit in duel number 1. Had him go to the backup. Right now this 88 car, he started in 40th. It passed pre-race inspection. With this new backup car, he has not driven this yet. He has not driven this car except in practice. Right now, he's showing that it's a speedy car. Right now, up into the top 5 after starting 40th today. Jimmy Johnson now holding laps led. Joey Logano moves into 2nd. McMurray back to 3rd. Alex Bowman up to 4th. And Matt DiBenedetto tries to make a move for 5th under Justin Marks. You see there, he will. Ryan Blaney in 7th. This 12 car, this 12 team, brand new this year, trying to help the Penske boys get up there and lead this race, but Joey Logano is going to be the Penske boy to get up there. He passes Jimmy Johnson, and that's going to be the 22 to the race lead. McMurray 2nd, Bowman into 3rd. Up front, these guys a little more calm, 3x3 further back. You see Corey LaJoie in the 72 car. After BK Racing pretty much is going bankrupt, he was released from his ride, and he got picked up by TriStar since Cole Witt has stepped out of running full-time. Witt will be in this car, I believe, 8 races this season, and Corey will field it the rest. in the duel. In duel number 2, he fell off the back, lost the draft early on, no caution, and he was supposed to start this race in 40th. He is 38th because of Mark Thompson and Alex Bowman going to backup cars, but right now the 72 car has fought his way to the front, the TriStar Schluter System 72. So could he be an underdog surprise winner here of the Daytona 500? And look at the Canadian, DJ Kennington has Kurt Busch, Ryan Newman behind him. Can DJ do something? Last year in the Daytona 500, he was running pretty strong but got taken out in an incident, and a big one right there. Huge hit into the wall as if Logano and Penske, the Penske duo of Logano and Blaney will lead him back around. A very hard hit. It looks like Michael McDowell involved was in it. We saw him, Michael McDowell, Brendan Gaughan, pole sitter Martin Truex Jr., Jeffrey Earnhardt started 10th today. Had a promising run. And our first wreck of the day, caution is out here on lap number 12. Pace car comes around, Eric Jones, he's going to stay only one lap down. You see this 20 car, it's going to roll back around, so all they had to do, there was a vibration in the car early on. He didn't want to run around with that and possibly wreck it, so they called him down right away, and he has gone a lap down. Brendan Gaughan, however, heartbreak for this team, only making one start right now, is playing this year, most likely will be back for Talladega and the other Daytona race. But Brendan Gaughan also involved in this. Martin Truex Jr., that's going to be sad for the promising pole sitter of this race. And Jeffrey Earnhardt, he started in 10th, he fell back pretty early, was just stuck in the back, and he couldn't escape this one. So we'll get to see what happened there, but we're going to have pit stops underway first. Joey Logano, Ryan Blaney, Kurt Busch, Ryan Newman, and Matt DiBenedetto lead the field of 40 down. Yeah, 40 cars down. Michael McDowell has retired from this race in that 34 car, so heartbreak for him. He will be in 40th. Penske boys Logano and Ryan Blaney are going to lead him down. And there you see, race leader, 4 tires and fuel for this team. Logano said his car very, very good. Especially in the draft, he was able to work his way to the front. No 2 tire stop for the 22 team. So 2 tires for Logano. It looks like 2 tires for everyone. Contact between Ryan Blaney, Austin Dillon. There on pit road. And that's going to take some repairing for Austin Dillon. But it is Joey Logano leading the field out. Blaney second, Newman third, Benedetto fourth, Kurt Busch fifth, Chris Buescher 6th, Murray 7th, William Byron out in 8th. Bowman will be out in 9th, and Daniel Suarez is out in 10th. So the top 2 are going to stay the same. Kurt Busch drops back a few spots, back to 5th, and Ryan Newman, Matt Benedetto both each gain 1. Eric Jones, he cannot go down. He will go down pit road this time by, most likely. Now the thing is, with the restarts, since this game is in 2003, the lap cars will line up on the inside line, so Eric Jones will be on the inside line, most likely for Brendan Gaughan, Jeffrey Earnhardt as well. Some damage to the back bumper of Casey Kane. Possible pit road incident there, Trevor Bayne as well. But let's go ahead and see what happened to bring out this caution. Alright, so you see here, Jeffrey Earnhardt, Brendan Gaughan, Michael McDowell, they're about 3-4 wide. Jeffrey's going to try to get to the inside. They all stack up. Truex gets hooked by Brendan Gaughan. Into the outside wall he goes with Brendan Gaughan and Michael McDowell. So big hit there for those 3. Let's take a look at it here. Martin Truex Jr. was on the inside line with Kyle Busch. They're going to head down into turn 3. Jeffrey Earnhardt, I think, forces him low. He gets forced down by Brendan Gaughan. They make contact, and the 4 cars all up into the outside wall. So some heavy damage to 3 of those guys. Jeffrey Earnhardt doesn't look like too bad of a hit for him. Now with Brendan Gaughan, you're going to see he squeezes Truex down almost pretty much to the apron, and then all 4 of the cars spin. Michael McDowell, the heaviest impact there for those guys, which takes him out of the race. And an incident on pit road here causes damage to David Reagan and Paul Menard. As you see here, they're just going to come down. Menard just forces Reagan into the back of Casey Kane, and that's going to damage both of those cars, so possible big race implications there for both of those guys. So here we are back Coming to 1 to go. Next time by, the green flag will wave once again. You see Erik Jones will be lining up on the inside. That's how they did it in 2003. It's either that or single file restarts. And I'd rather have the lap cars all kind of grouped together. Maybe I'll change that though for a later date. Joey Logano will lead him back down. Ryan Blaney second. Ryan Newman third. Matt Benedetto fourth, and Kurt Busch fifth. In sixth is Chris Buescher, seventh Jimmy McMurray, eighth William Byron, ninth Alex Bowman, and 10th Daniel Suarez. 11th Clint Boyer, 12th AJ Allmendinger, 13th Jimmy Johnson, 14th Austin Dillon, 15th David Ragan, up to 16th. Look at these three. Mark Thompson 16th, DJ Kennington 17th, and Gray Gaulding 18th. A great job by those three. Kyle Busch 19th, and Corey LaJoie will be 20th. Michael McDowell has retired from this race. Trevor Bayne, Casey Kane still on pit road, as you see there. They are laps down. Erik Jones 1 lap down because of an incident early on. If he can get in front of the leaders by the next caution, then he should get his lap back. No lucky dog on this game, and there's no way to add it, so it's going to be hard fought for those laps back. Joey Logano, Ryan Blaney, the two Penske drivers, lead them down. Green flag back in the air here on lap 16. Erik Jones going to actually pull ahead of Joey Logano, but without help he's going to be stuck to the back. You see cars already spreading out 2 by 2 here at Daytona. Jones on the outside. Blaney's actually going to push Joey Logano by. No, he won't. He's going to go down with Erik Jones, and that's going to be Blaney taking that spot in the number 12. That's going to be for the race lead. As the field gets up to speed down the back straightaway, let's take a look at the flyby. Erik Jones, he is fast enough that he will be able to keep up with the race leaders. But he'll just be a sudden caution is back out. What is the caution for, though? Looks like cars stacking up. Justin Marks, Chase Elliott almost spin each other. Can Erik Jones beat Logano to the line? He will not, and Logano will keep that race lead. So no idea what the caution is actually for. Bayne and Kane have both come back out on the track. Let's go ahead and see what happened here to bring out the yellow flag once again here at Daytona. So we are back. No word on what the caution was for, but it looks like everyone's coming back down pit road. Logano with a very big advantage. He's going to be able to lead him on to pit road with a very big advantage because of the lap car. Everyone else going to pull on down. They took 2 rights last time. Let's see what they do this time. Will they take lefts? Logano is going fuel only. Ryan Blaney on pit road. Fuel only for that team. As this pit road is getting very busy, you see right there, straight shot down pit road and a very busy pit road, but fuel only. It looks like for the entire team. Logano is going to lead them down off of pit road. Ryan Blaney pulls up second. Kurt Busch third. Byron up to fourth. Buescher fifth. Benedetto sixth. Suarez seventh. Boyer eighth. Allmendinger ninth, and Austin Dillon in 10th. As the rest of the field will lead their way going off the pit road. Kyle Busch and Denny Hamlin, a little bit of an incident. Gray Gaulding as well. Corey LaJoie. So a very tight pit road here at Daytona, and especially with this many cars left on the left still running, that's a lot of carnage to have to worry about. Erik Jones and Trevor Bayne both laps down. They will line up on the inside of Joey Logano. So will Casey Kane. I don't know where that 95 is at. Oh, there's Kane right there. So he will line up as well with 39 cars left in the race. Still a long way to go here at Daytona. Back once again, coming back around through turn number 1. Next time by, we will go back racing. You see 3 drivers will line up on the inside. Casey Kane, Trevor Bayne, Erik Jones. That's pretty much not what Jones wants to see, because that will mean he will not get his lap back pretty easily. Casey Kane as well is very slow, so that'll definitely break up the pack, possibly cause another incident. And as they say, cautions breed cautions. With 40 laps to go in the race still, you're going to be seeing a lot of that. Joey Logano leads us down with Ryan Blaney second, Kurt Busch third, William Byron fourth, and Chris Buescher fifth. Sixth will be Matt Benedetto, seventh Daniel Suarez, eighth Clint Boyer, ninth AJ Allmendinger, and 10th Austin Dillon. 11th is Alex Bowman, 12th Jamie McMurray, 13th Ryan Newman, 14th David Ragan, and 15th Jimmy Johnson. 16th Ricky Stenhouse, 17th Mark Thompson, 18th Kyle Busch, 19th Corey LaJoie, 20th Chase Elliott. So as we get back racing, 40 laps to go this time by, 39 cars still in this race with Michael McDowell the only one out. Kasey Kahne, Trevor Bayne both 2 laps down, Eric Jones, not Kenseth, 1 lap down. 36 others on the lead lap, still all in contention for this. Logano and Blaney, the Penske duo, lead us back down. Back to the green flag. It is in the air. We are back racing here at Daytona. Logano with a very slow start. Kasey Kahne and Trevor Bayne will both get around him. It looks like that might just stack up the rest of the field as Kahne gets shuffled to the outside. Kahne, I mean, he has the acceleration, so he might be able to hang on. Still, I think will be just too slow to contend. Chris Buescher now to the race lead. He's going to get pushed by Daniel Suarez towards the front. The field scatters behind. Joey Logano, Ryan Blaney both being held up. Logano's going to look to the inside of Kahne. Buescher leads. Suarez seconds. Bowyer into third. AJ Allmendinger looking to fourth on Joey Logano. Kasey Kahne dropping back. There you see the second pack. Reagan, Stenhouse, a little bit of a slower group there. And a lot of cars, even though they haven't been involved in crashes, they're just not getting off to those restarts as strong as they should be. They're losing a lot. Another caution, another yellow flag is out. Paul Menard, it looks like something happened to this 21 car on pit road, or the caution just keeps coming out. That does, we're gonna have to restart this. Let's go ahead and see what happened here to Paul Menard. Nothing. So, a bunch of cautions coming out here. It looks like some technical issues in the track is causing the yellow flag to come out again. If it comes out again, I'm just restarting this race. If it does not, it will be good. They're coming back to the green. Buescher and Allmendinger row 1. We'll lead them down. Suarez in 3rd, Logano 4th, and Bowyer 5th. McMurray 6th, Byron 7th, Bowman 8th, Newman 9th, and Jimmy Johnson 10th. With DeBenedetto, Kurt Busch, Austin Dillon, David Reagan, Kyle Busch, Ricky Stenhouse, David Gilliland, Mark Thompson, Corey LaJoie, and Ryan Blaney, your top 20. Cautions, we have not had a green flag lap, the full green flag lap, the last 8 laps, so let's see if we can get it back to the green for a nice long run. Let's hope the caution lights do not come back on. Chris Buescher and AJ Allmendinger will lead this field down to the green flag with Suarez 3rd, Logano 4th, and Clint Bowyer 5th. 2 Chevys, a Toyota, and 2 Fords, and then just a mass of Chevys round out your top 10. Buescher and Dinger lead them down. We're back racing here at Daytona. Oh, Byron and McMurray real close. Jones is going to get to the front, get out in front of Chris Buescher. And you see 3 wide further back between Byron and Alex Bowman. And now on that outside line, Joey Logano looking to get back on the inside. You see Bayne and Jones both trying to stay and get their laps back. Chris Buescher coming off the corner. He's on the outside. AJ Allmendinger on the inside, or with him. Joey Logano trying to push Paul Menard and Kasey Kahne past. Bayne and Eric Jones are there as well. Let's hope. Are we green? Are we staying green is the real question here. And we are. Green lights are still on. Caution lights on the pace car have not come on, so it looks like they've gotten their issues figured out. And AJ Allmendinger is going to make a move on Chris Buescher. He's going to lead a lap, so bonus points for both of those cars in this race. Great job for both of them. AJ Allmendinger, though, is pushing his way to the race lead. Buescher back to 2nd, and here comes Daniel Suarez for that position. Kasey Kahne, Paul Menard, 2 lap cars. They're going to be dropping back through the field. You see AJ Allmendinger out in front with Daniel Suarez. The whole field, this whole pack of 39 cars still together. A better restart than the last few that keeps these guys together. Jones and Bayne trying to hang on in front. Allmendinger now getting pushed by Suarez. Logano, Bowyer, Jimmy Johnson, and that whole inside line. You see Mark Thompson's Phoenix Air 66 on the inside line. Could he lead a lap here? But right now Allmendinger is going to take a few laps here to have his own time. A couple cars into the outside wall back there. You see a big pack of cars at the back. A group of cars. Jeffrey Earnhardt, Brendan Gaughan, Gray Gaulding, and Kyle Larson. So some incidents, some problems there on the 42 car. after a strong showing early on, running mid-pack. His car just looks pretty slow. Brendan Gaughan and is also having issues. Greg Galding, just a slow car. Kevin Harvick, Bubba Wallace, Denny Hamlin, Ty Dillon, Dylan Reagan, they're trying to hang on here at the back, but this main pack is built up with a big amount of cars. Daniel Suarez now trying to be the first Spanish-born driver to lead the Daytona 500, and that he will. Great job there by Suarez. He gets a race lead, but here comes Jimmy Johnson along with the fan favorite Matt DiBenedetto on the inside, and that 32 car is making the move for the race lead with Ricky Stenhouse Jr. But a big shout out here, Mark Thompson in that 66, he's putting that car into fourth for Carl Long. What a great day they have. They got a new engine in this car for the backup. They put a new engine in it, they put new everything in it, and it's paying off as Mark Thompson is right now looking for a top 5 run in the Daytona 500. You see though, there's a lot of cars around him that could take that away, but out in front, can Matt DiBenedetto finally get a lap led at the 500? That he will. DiBenedetto with some bonus points, so the bonus points going out to everyone here at Daytona. Stenhouse right now, he's going to go to the race lead, and here comes Mark Thompson in that 66 for Carl Long. This car has not led a lap in since its existence when it came into the series in 2017. Right now, can Carl Long's team get some bonus points? They're going to have to get back down in front of Blaney. He almost does, but they're going to be 3 wide for the race lead coming off of turn number 4. 3x3 once again. These guys getting really aggressive. You see Danica Patrick in that inside line, 4th car on the inside line. The bright green, this time by it will be Ricky Stenhouse Jr. on the outside line leading it. The way these guys have been running, where do you want to be here at that last lap coming to the line? That outside line has really put on power in these 3 wide runs. And you see Ricky Stenhouse, he's back into the race lead. Clear on the outside. But this 3x3 action could really show at the end of this race what line is the best. You see 3 wide, the Fords 1, 2, 3, and 4 blocking the 3 lines, and Ricky Stenhouse leading. So the Ford power looking to be strong. But the highest running Toyota in this race, it's not a Joe Gibbs car, it's not even Furniture Row, it's the Gaunt Brothers DJ Kennington in that 96. He's popped the Lordco car into the top 5, pushing Ryan Blaney, getting pushed by Chase Elliott, Danica Patrick. So a great job, great showing today by this 96 team. The duels he was running pretty well in. Looked like the team had speed, and right now, could they be Daytona 500 champions as this race unfolds? Ricky Stenhouse now, he has been leading this race. A strong Roush Fenway team they have. Him and Trevor Bayne. You see Bayne is more on the outside. He is still 2 laps down, so he really will not have any say at the end of this race if he could win it or not. Ryan Blaney into 2nd, Chase Elliott into 3rd. This is 3 cars that block aggressively at Daytona, and they have been the cause of a lot of crashes on the super speedways. The question is, can they hang on with each other? Let's take a look though. Danica Patrick in that green GoDaddy number 7. She's moved her premium motorsports Chevy Camaro up into 4th, being pushed by her old car, now taken by Eric Almirola in the 10. From Stuart Haas, Danica Patrick looking to lead a lap in her final Daytona 500 as well. And this is a great showing today by her since that last caution. And a big one, DJ Kennington, Justin Marks into the outside wall. And that is a big crash. And you see not a lot of cars left to come back around. Big incident here. And it looks like it will be Ricky Stenhouse Jr. leading back to the caution. Justin Marks' car destroyed. DJ Kennington, Daniel Suarez, Bubba Wallace, AJ Allmendinger, Austin Dillon, Corey LaJoy, Logano, Ty Dillon, William Byron heavy damage. Jimmy Johnson fell back in that, so a very big incident here at Daytona. The big one finally strikes, and that looks like it took out a lot of competitive cars, so we'll see what'll happen. What happened here? The cars rolling on down. Look for where your favorite driver's running so far in this race, as we'll most likely have another set of pit stops. But big hit, Corey LaJoie in the 72, Joey Logano 22, Ty Dillon, Justin Marks in his one start this season, inaugural Daytona 500, David Reagan with heavy damage, William Byron, a huge hit to that 24 car, and oh, DJ Kennington, he was running so well, he was up in the top 5, and that will end his day. Gray Galding as well, you see with damage there in that 23. Kennington was the highest running Toyota at one point, that's over. Jeffrey Earnhardt, heavy damage. Brendan gone as well. Pancaked both of their front ends. AJ Allmendinger with heavy damage. Kevin Harvick in there. Casey Kane, Denny Hamlin. I think they might have stacked up coming back to the line because Jimmy Johnson also has it. So I think a stack up when they were trying to single file it out was in it. Mark Thompson with heavy damage to that 62 car. As you see pit stops underway. Danica Patrick and that premium motorsports team go to work on the right side of that car. 2 tires for her. She's going to lead them back. She's going to get back onto the track. Chase Elliott in front of her, though. Stenhouse leads him out. Kyle Busch second. Chase Elliott third. Danica Patrick fourth. Bowman fifth. Truex sixth. Amarola seventh. Newman eighth. Busch ninth. Blaney 10th. So a lot of cars involved in the big one here at Daytona. Let's go ahead and see with Ricky Stenhouse going to be leading them back around. Let's go ahead and see what happened here with 25 laps to go. Alright, so you see here, coming down the back straightaway, DJ Kennington's going to push down on Truex. Marks and William Byron just get shoved too far down. They just stack it up. And then you see everyone else just going to pile on in. Casey Kane, Ty Dillon. Oh, Cole. Oh, David Reagan with a huge hit onto Justin Marks. That's what happened between Reagan and Byron. Ty Dillon ends on his roof. Suarez, that is a very, very large hit there for a lot of cars. Alright, so let's go ahead from the helicopter cam and slow-mo take a look at what happened here. Kennington's on the outside. He's going to squeeze Martin Truex down as well as Byron and Justin Marks, you see there. Kennington just not giving them a lot of room. Marks and Byron are going to make contact here on the inside. That's going to turn them right up into the back of Kennington. And they're going to pile into the outside wall. Mark Thompson just had nowhere to go. Neither did the Benedetto. They get some damage out of that. Now you see on the inside line. Now Jimmy Johnson hits DJ Kennington. That's going to get Casey Kane with a huge slides right on in there. And Kennington, Marks, Byron hit, but you're going to see David Reagan just flies in, destroys the back of William Byron. Justin Marks goes flipping. Ty Dillon also flipping up here. Suarez goes upside down. AJ Allmendinger, what a great save by that 47 team there as well. So on board here with Justin Marks, he's watched his wild ride. It looked like right now he probably could have continued on in this race, but right here, there's where David Reagan flies into him, and he ends it on his roof, back onto his wheels. On board with AJ Allmendinger, watch how he's going to make it through this incident. And you're just going to see the track, they just all go up the track into the outside wall. Outside line really has nowhere to go. There's the second group kind of spinning around too. AJ's going, a lot of cars flipping around. Ty Dillon just dives it into the grass, gets through it. So a great job for everyone else there to get through. Finally, we'll go full speed here at Daytona. Marks up into the wall, DJ Kennington just spins it. They're all just going to collide further up. And like 4 cars actually flipped it over. Bubba Wallace also flipped it over, so a very big hit here at Daytona. Puts us under the red flag. We'll get you guys back to where we are green. So here we are back at Daytona. Ricky Stenhouse Jr., Kyle Busch, Chase Elliott, Danica Patrick, Alex Bowman, your top 5. And as you see, not a big field left. Trevor Bayne, Casey Kane, Ty Dillon, Corey LaJoie, Joey Logano, Suarez, Byron, Reagan, Justin Marks, Bubba Wallace, DJ Kennington, Gray Galding, Jimmy Johnson, Kyle Larson, I believe, Jeffrey Earnhardt, Brendan Gaughan, Kevin Harvick, Denny Hamlin, all retired from this race. as we are back under the green flag with about 20 cars left. Ricky Stenhouse, he's going to be in the race lead, but here comes Chase Elliott to the inside in that number 9 car. Eric Jones is back on the lead lap right now, and I think that's what he wants to be. If he can get back on the lead lap, that'll be great. And what we're looking at, this is about the size of the duels. The duels are pretty much left in this race, 20 cars. David Gilliland's slow in the middle of the track there, but Ricky Stenhouse Jr., he's going to get around Eric Jones. Kyle Busch into second. You see Danica Patrick battling back there in third. And yes, problems for David Gilliland. Kyle Larson is back out on the track. David Gilliland's slow on the inside, so his final Daytona 500. He pulls it down onto pit road. Issues on the 92 car. Slow pack. AJ Allmendinger, Jamie McMurray, Mark Thompson, Austin Dillon, Matt Benedetto will be back here. Clint Boyer and Brad Keselowski as well. So it looks like about a 10-car battle for this race win, with Eric Jones, Paul Menard in it. And you see Ricky Stenhouse Jr., Kyle Busch leading them down. Martin Truex Jr. was involved in an incident earlier today. He was involved in that crash with Michael McDowell. Now they have repaired that car. He is up here badly inside the top 10 looking for his Daytona 500 finally. Ricky Stenhouse Jr., Kyle Busch right now your race leaders. Let's take a look at who all is left in this pack. You see those two, but Danica Patrick, her final Daytona 500, she caught it to the front, kept it out of a big wreck. Now she has a realistic shot of winning this Daytona 500 and getting her first career win in her final event. Right now running in third position. Ryan Newman, your 2008 Daytona 500 champion, he's in fourth. Martin Truex Jr., pole sitter in fifth. Chris Buescher, sixth. Chase Elliott, seventh. Alex Bowman, he is in a backup car, started 40th, and now he is up here in the 8th position. Ryan Blaney also in 9th, as you see David Gilliland is going to have to, just has to merge. Goes up the track trying to get out of the leader's way, not enough. But now it's Stenhouse, Busch, and Danica Patrick, a 3-car tandem out in front here at Daytona that could go on for a while. But the rest of this front pack, here you have Kurt Busch, Brad Keselowski, Eric Almirola, Ryan Blaney. That's the rest of those guys that can really compete for the race. Clint Boyer further off the back. McMurray, Mark Thompson, Matt Benedetto, Austin Dillon, AJ Allmendinger all slow, as well as Kyle Larson. You see this 3-car tandem. Stenhouse, Busch, and Danica Patrick 1, 2, 3. Chase Elliott 4th. And his second pack should be moving. David Gilliland is 1 lap down. They had to go in and attach another lug nut to the 92 team. He dives to the inside trying to stay in this lead draft. If these guys get either too wide or even single file, they should just jump on this front 4 now. As Kyle Larson is there. Danica Patrick looks to the inside of Larson. So really, Danica Patrick in this number 7 GoDaddy Chevy from Premium. Could she get Premium's first career win in the Cup Series? She has a shot at it, but she has to pass 2 drivers who were very good at super speedways, Ricky Stenhouse and Kyle Busch. You remember the 2017 Talladega spring race. It was Stenhouse versus Kyle Busch for that win, and right now it looks like for the 500, one of these guys could win their first Daytona 500. Also Danica Patrick in there. Brad Keselowski, he's won at Daytona so many times. Never the Daytona 500. Right now he has an opportunity to get it. You see this second pack, the front pack is starting to get single file. It's 3 cars single file up front here. And you see Kyle Busch makes a move on Stenhouse. That's going to be for the race lead. Patrick on the inside. These guys now have to cycle around Kyle Larson. That second pack does. But they should be able to blow on by Larson. As you see there, Chase Elliott. And now this entire front pack has gone single file. Keselowski and Larson to the outside, but single file, and they're going to catch right up to those front 2. Those front 3, as you see, they are already pretty much there. And this is going to be another 13-car race once again. 12-car race as Clint Boyer is off the back. But that is your front pack. Kyle Busch, Ricky Stenhouse, Danica Patrick, Chase Elliott, William, Alex Bowman, Ryan Newman, Chris Buescher, Ryan Blaney, Eric Almirola, Martin Truex Jr., Brad Keselowski, and Kurt Busch. Those are the 12 that are on the lead lap. Stenhouse dives to the inside. He's trying to get Chase Elliott and Ryan Newman to go with him. He's still going to get to the inside of Kyle Busch. So we are coming to 16 to go at the Daytona 500. and it should be clean and green the rest of the way. They did have their pit stops there. Everyone topped off on fuel. I don't know if anyone necessarily took tires, but right now they should be good enough to make it to the end. Chase Elliott looks to the inside. Ryan Newman, Chris Buescher with him. Ryan Blaney, Eric Jones. Now the lap cars here, they are not competing. Eric Jones right now is competing for a position against David Gilliland. Paul Menard has no one to compete with, as it's him and Larson. Those two are further off the back. But you see Eric Jones and David Gilliland, they are fighting for the 19th and 20th spots. To Gilliland it doesn't really matter, Eric Jones it does. But the thing is, these are two cars that are fast enough to compete with this front group. They are potential drafting partners, and that means that'll add another car that some guys have to pass, some guys have to get in front of, and some guys will have drafting them. So right now, 3 wide across the line, Ryan Newman up to the race lead. But what a job this could be for Chris Buescher. Teammate AJ Allmendinger was destroyed. A very beat-up car at Daytona. In that incident there, you see him right there, 30 miles per hour off the pace. Driving around, you can see the radiator, a very torn up 47 car. He right now is trying to finish in the top 20, as Chris Buescher, his teammate, is trying to win this race. That could be something. You see Eric Jones, he's diving to the inside. Can he get his lap back? A caution could come out, he could get his lap back. The thing is, there is AJ Allmendinger. The pack is going to catch him coming through the tri-oval. So how are they going to work around him? Lap cars are big here. At Daytona, Ryan Blaney's going to get stacked up. It's going to be Jones, Almirola, Brad Keselowski will just fly right around. Oh, Buescher is going to squeeze right by Allmendinger. Truex clears him. So it looks like Stenhouse, Danica Patrick, Bowman are going to be held up, as well as Newman, Chase Elliott, Kyle Busch. This will string out the front pack, and this will make it so hopefully these guys will be able to maintain, get back up together, be able to race for this at the end. But Ricky Stenhouse Jr., Kyle Busch, Danica Patrick, Chase Elliott, 4 strong cars this race are going to be held up here at the end by a lap car of AJ Allmendinger. Chase Elliott might be the biggest loser there. He's dropping back. Is anyone going to pit road? Ryan Newman drops the 31 car. He's going to make it down to pit road speed. I don't think he knows if he's going to be able to make it to the end or not, so that 31 car pulls it down pit road. Back up front, Brad Keselowski pulling away from Eric Almirola. Almirola second. You see Martin Truex third. Chris Buescher 4th, Ryan Blaney 5th, Kurt Busch in 6th, and Alex Bowman 7th. That's 2 cars that have been running around at the back today. Finally get the chance to run up here. Patrick, Stenhouse, Busch, Chase Elliott, they're going to have to try to work together. You see this battle back there, 13th, 14th, 15th, and back. So Newman went down. He got fuel, topped it off, so the question is, do the race leaders have enough? No, they do not. Pit stops will be underway here with 12 to go. Bowman, Stenhouse, Busch. Look at Stenhouse flying onto pit road. That has to be a speeding penalty for that 17 team. He flew it on in there. I don't know if speeding penalties are in this game for AI, but that should be a penalty for that 17 team, as he just flew it down onto pit road. So everyone refueling that car. Stenhouse will get out right behind Bowman, so I don't know if he'll go unpunished for that or not. You see this group of cars now. Kurt Busch is going to peel off. He goes down to pit road. So the real question is, where are you going to come out in relation to the leader for this race? You need to have a drafting partner. Stenhouse trying to pass Alex Bowman. Stenhouse and Bowman should be able to draft with each other and get their cars up to the front. Both of them have fast cars. Kyle Busch drops off. You see Ryan Newman. He will be back up with Bowman, Kyle Busch. This pack, Kyle Busch. Ooh, so close. But actually, David Gilliland, he came in early, fixed the loose lug nut, put fuel in the car. Could he be able to last to the end and possibly win this Daytona 500? I don't know. That could be a strategy he could play now, but it's going to be hard. Eric Jones pulls his car down pit road. So right now there's a 5-car battle. Ryan Blaney, Eric Almirola, Chris Buescher, Brad Keselowski, and Martin Truex Jr. Further back, you see Kyle Busch. He's all alone. Chase Elliott, Patrick, nose to tail. McMurray, Mark Thompson, Matt Benedetto. They could still finish in this top 15. Kurt Busch is going to come back out. You see these guys have now caught Stenhouse, Alex Bowman, Ryan Newman. These three will be racing for the win as well with these front six. David Gilliland, he's going to look 3 wide on Ryan Blaney. Forcing Blaney, that's going to make Blaney have to stay out at least another lap. Looks like Martin Truex Jr., Chris Buescher, they will pull that car down pit road, so 2 drivers working together to stay on this lead lap. But here comes Eric Almirola. He's going to lead a lap here at Daytona. You have Kurt Busch. He is in this front pack as well, so he's going to form up with Stenhouse, Newman, Gilliland, and Bowman pretty much for the end of this race. That's going to be a 5-car battle. Almirola, Brad Keselowski, Ryan Blaney. The only ones left to pit, it looks like. And that will be true. These front 4, Almirola, Keselowski, Ryan Blaney, still have to make their pit stops. David Gilliland possibly. So I think that's why those 3 are now on the inside line. It'd be good for those 3 to pit now. That they will. So 8 laps to go in this race this time by. Almirola is going to be able to carry more speed down. He kind of does an aggressive move onto pit road. Same thing Stenhouse did. So here you go. Chris Buescher, he's leading this group back out. Him and Martin Truex are going to be a little bit separated from each other, but they will lead him back out. You see, there's Eric Jones, Austin Dillon, but also Newman. Newman, Bowman, Stenhouse, Kurt Busch. They're leading it. Right now, David Gilliland is on the same laps as these guys. The question is, does he have enough fuel? If he has enough fuel from when he had to dive down pit road, he could still be in this battle to win it here at the end. Eric Jones, he does not. He already took his pit stop, so he will most likely finish about 19th. So there's Chris Buescher. He would be the first one, Truex second, and there's the rest of the pack behind them. But here comes Eric Almirola, Keselowski, and Blaney are all going to come out of turn number 2 down the back straightaway. They are getting their cars up to speed. They have a long way back to the field behind. You see them just exiting turn number 2. Almirola might have enough time to stay ahead, but Keselowski and Blaney will be drafting, and this field already 14 miles per hour faster. So the question is, will they have enough fuel? They have enough fuel, but does Almirola have enough time that he can stay out that far ahead and be able to win this race? So Almirola leads, Keselowski second, Blaney third, Buescher fourth, Truex fifth, Stenhouse sixth, Newman seventh, Bowman eighth, Kurt Busch ninth, David Gilliland right now in 10th. Could he finish a top 10? The question is, does he have enough fuel? Hopefully he was trying to save. 11th, Chase Elliott, 12th, Danica Patrick, 13th, Kyle Busch, 14th, Boyer, 15th, McMurray, 16th, Thompson, 17th, I have no idea who's 17th. I think Eric Jones is actually in 17th. Has a couple cars falling back. Matt DiBenedetto, a tire problem. Blown tire on that 32 is going to take him out of this race. He will finish in the 22nd position after a possible top 15. But right now, coming to 6 to go, Eric Almirola for Stewart-Haas, the new driver on that team. He's out in front over to Penske, the Penske duo of Keselowski and Blaney, Stenhouse, Bowman, Kurt Busch, Chris Buescher, Martin Truex Jr., Ryan Newman, David Gilliland. 10 cars in this battle for the win. They are going to move to the outside. Keselowski goes up, goes down. He's going to get around Eric Almirola here, but that second pack now has reached them. It will be a 10-car battle for this win. Keselowski and Blaney are going to blow right on by Eric Almirola. Everyone has enough fuel to make it to the end. Almirola puts himself down in front of Alex Bowman. David Gilliland, he's pulling it down now, so that's going to be heartbreak for that 92 team. So it will be a 9-car battle for the win. In this front 9, only 2 drivers have won the Daytona 500. Kurt Busch, the defending Daytona 500 champion, won it last season. Ryan Newman won it in 2008, but with Penske, not with Richard Childress. Right now, Penske 1-2, Stewart-Haas 3rd, Hendrick 4th, Childress 5th, Roush 6th, Furniture Row 7th, Stewart-Haas also in 8th, and JTG Dougherty in 9th. Look at Alex Bowman with a power move. He's going to move that car to the second position. Bowman to the inside. He's going to be getting help from no one as he moves up into second. Almirola goes in behind him. Eric Jones is still in this battle. But right now, Brad Keselowski the people have referred to him. He is our Dale Earnhardt of this year, the strongest driver at plate tracks. You see AJ Allmendinger, how they get around him. We'll do it. Keselowski gets slowed up by him. All of the cars will get slowed up by him. This is depending on who will be able to win this Daytona 500, who can get around Allmendinger the fastest. Jones and Almirola are going to be held up by him. Blaney and Stenhouse just as well. Jones, it doesn't really matter. Almirola, it does. Alex Bowman, now your new race leader. Almirola's going to get to the inside. He's going to still be in this. Jones is going to lose it all. But now it's a 9-car battle up front. Jones will lose a bit of time. Alex Bowman, your new race leader, 3 to go in that 88 car. Truex, Buescher, Keselowski, 3 wide. Kurt Busch and Newman behind. Stenhouse, Blaney, and Almirola end it off. There's David Gilliland. He's fast enough that it will not matter too much when he gets into that group. And he will, as they are coming about 8 miles per hour faster. 9-car battle for this win. Eric Almirola, he still has the draft, trying to sneak up behind Ryan Blaney. Kurt Busch, Ricky Stenhouse, Ryan Blaney on that inside line. Can they make something happen around Truex and Newman? Brad Keselowski's going to move under Buescher for second once again. Coming to 2 laps to go. Alex Bowman, Jr.'s replacement, the new driver on Hendrick. He is looking for a Daytona 500 win in his first race with Hendrick, but here comes Brad Keselowski to the inside. Penske still has 2 cars. You see Ryan Blaney, the yellow car, further back. Ricky Stenhouse as well, the Fords, could really push up to the front. Here comes Brad Keselowski. Ricky Stenhouse right behind him. Bowman and Buescher on the outside. Ryan Newman trying to get help from Eric Almirola. Buescher dived back to the inside. He's going to try to push Ricky Stenhouse by them now. Can they get around Brad Keselowski? Keselowski holds him off. Coming to the white flag. It's a 9-car battle for this race win. Nose to tail on the inside. Stenhouse all over Keselowski's back bumper. There you see David Gilliland. Could he be the factor in this? Depending on where they catch him, could be the difference. Buescher 3rd, Newman 4th. White flag in the Daytona 500. Brad Keselowski out in front. Stenhouse staying right behind that number 2. Goes up the track with him. Buescher's to the inside of him. David Gilliland stays to the inside of the track. Keselowski and Stenhouse both fly right on by him. Buescher will not have time. Jones is there. Eric Almirola tries to make a move. Stenhouse now a car length back behind Brad Keselowski. Keselowski won the Clash last weekend on Sunday, and a week later it looks like he finally will do it. After trying for so long, Brad Keselowski will win the Daytona 500. Great job to that 2 team. Keselowski wins it basically off of David Gilliland. Ricky Stenhouse comes up 2nd. It'll be Chris Buescher with his highest Daytona 500 finish of 3rd. Alex Bowman in his first race with Hendrick 4th. Ryan Blaney pulls off 5th. In 6th. 6th was Eric Almirola. Great run for him. 7th Kurt Busch. 8th Ryan Newman. 9th Mark Truex Jr. 10th Chase Elliott. Danica Patrick 11th in her final Daytona 500. Kyle Busch 12th. Boyer 13th. McMurray 14th. Mark Thompson an impressive 15th. Great job. Brad Keselowski, 2 wins in Speed Weeks. A great run for this 2 team. And he will start it off by putting that car in victory lane. The race win for Brad Keselowski. Congratulations to him and the Penske team. Thank you guys for watching the showing of the 60th Daytona 500. Brad Keselowski, the race winner. We'll see you guys next week at Atlanta.